Good morning, vinyl community. This is Darren up in the record room, and I am late. I am late to the party here, folks. We're going to be doing the tunes from the man cave, the TunesTag, the 2021 jazz vinyl tag, folks. Stick with me. I don't know a lot about jazz, but I love it. So I may say some dumb things. You can laugh at me. You can say he doesn't know what he's talking about, but these are my records. And I'm going to tell you what I know and what I love about them. So stick with me for the jazz vinyl tag. Good morning, folks. My name is Darren Bodine. I appreciate you guys checking out my videos. It's always humbling just to see people that leave a comment or give me a like. So you know what to do. If you're interested in seeing more videos from me, go ahead and subscribe. Leave a comment. I like the conversation. Seems like when I do videos on jazz, I get more folks that are interested in leave comments. So I'm really excited to see what this video comes up with. So I'm going to try to do this in one take, actually, mainly because I think people really appreciate authenticity and knowing that, you know, we do these videos and we can edit, you know, we can cut stuff out. I'll try not to do that. If I do, it'll just be to save some time, but I'm gonna do one take on this thing, see where it leads me, and you guys might get a good laugh or think this guy is an idiot, whatever, but that's where we're going with this. Okay, Chris, Tunes from the Man Cave. He's one of those guys in the vinyl community that I think I would like to hang out with. I love his videos. I learn a lot from him. He's got a great personality. Congratulations on the new job. I just sense a weight being lifted off you when I see your recent videos. So congratulations, and glad to see you're on the new and more exciting things. But what the vinyl tag is, or the jazz vinyl tag is, basically Chris put together a list of questions and folks show some records or share their thoughts on some music. So I got a list of, I don't know, 20 some questions. I'm not going to answer them all, but I think I've got most of them covered here. So the first one is the album that got you into jazz. I need to tell you a little bit about my background. I played the drums. About 8th grade, we started a jazz band at my school. I was never very good at jazz, but I kind of liked it. I kind of got into it because it was different than the music I was listening to. Put all that stuff off until college, and my buddy Ed, and my roommate, he played the piano and took some jazz classes, actually. And got me back into it. We used to study the jazz, but I remember the record that really got me interested in it again, or more seriously, was Chick Corea. And I don't have this on vinyl, but Chick Corea, the electric band Inside Out. And I think the thing that got me as a drummer, Dave Weckl plays the drums on this record, and oh my, just blew me away. I was like, I have no idea how he is doing some of the things he's doing, but it sounded amazing. And so Chick Corea, I'll turn this down a little bit. Chick Corea, really one of my favorite bands and got me back into jazz. A second one that really, Harry Connick Jr., When Harry Met Sally. This is another one that I'm like, man, it was, at the time I just loved it. His piano playing, his vocals. And so that was another one that got me back into jazz. So the first jazz album that I bought, and I'm talking about records and vinyl, not necessarily CDs, but show you this one, the Joe Farrell Quartet, and here we go, Chick Corea on the piano. So I know I went into the record store, I'm like, hey, I want to get back into buying jazz records, and this is what my local guy recommended because I said I like Chick Corea. But this one is great. Jack DeJohnette, Dave Holland, John McLaughlin on guitar. And this one is, it's kind of all over the board, but it's got some pretty wild, free, crazy stuff on it. But I love it. And so that was the first record that really got me back into jazz. Next question is a record you own on Blue Note. And we're going to come in with some heat here because this is the SRX Music Matters version of Wayne Shorter, Adam's Apple. And this thing is on the SRX. I don't know if you can see it, but it's got that that vinyl, the SRX vinyl, which is kind of the see-through, you know, what we're using for the one steps and some of the other records of that same you know, type that's out now. But this thing sounds amazing, and this record, I don't know. I mean, I've got some great jazz records, you know, Moanin' by Art Blakey, you know, all Miles Davis and John Coltrane, and you know, The Cooker from Lee Morgan. And I listened to those, and I don't know, I think I like this this Adam's Apple better than them. I mean, I listened to this one a lot, and of course the pressing on that SRX from Music Matters is amazing. So Wayne Shorter, Adam's Apple. Now we're going to go through a couple labels, you know, records that you have from some different jazz labels. And so show a record from Prestige. And I don't remember who recommended this record to me, but Betty Roche or Roche, I'm not for sure how you say it, Lightly and Politely. Oh man, I am a sucker for great female jazz vocals. And this is on, I'm sorry, the Prestige label. Beautiful copy, and I honestly don't remember where I found this. I might have bought it online. But oh, if you just like, there's some classics on here. Someone to Watch Over Me, For All We Know, Rocks in My Bed, I Got It Bad. But she is like honey butter when it comes to her voice. It's highly recommended if you just want to sit back and chill and listen to some like great vocals. Check this record out. Okay, a record I own on Impulse. This recently came out. I think we're all familiar with this, Coltrane Ballads. And man, this might be, I don't know, it's probably my second favorite Coltrane record, but it's on this really gorgeous Impulse label. And you know, not an original pressing, but this is the acoustic sounds version that came out, and does just sound, for me, you know, without spending the big bucks, this sounds great. Okay, a record I own on Riverside, Riverside Rambler, Tunes from the Man Cave. That's your nickname, so had to have a Riverside record. And this is Bill Evans. Everybody digs Bill Evans, and man, when I got turned on to this record, it changed me. So much I love on this, just the mood. I think as I learn more about jazz, I really like that just kind of, I'm gonna give you a setting here. You're in a jazz bar in Chicago, it's kind of a rainy night, guys playing piano, more chill, laid back, just, I don't know, relaxing kind of jazz, and I really have come to like that style, and that's what that record's kind of puts me in that mood. So everybody digs Bill Evans, and I listen to that one often as well. The next question is a record I own from Contemporary. That's an easy one. I couldn't find one. I looked through my Discogs. I don't think I have anything from Contemporary, so scratching that one. Next one is a record you own from a small jazz label or subsidiary jazz label. Hard for me to say. This one, boom, look at that. Gene Russell, New Direction on the Black Jazz label. And this is, I was sleeping on this. Look at that beautiful record. There's the Black Jazz label, gorgeous. And ooh, this thing is funky. It's, man, I mean, look at that picture right there, Gene. That's the record. That's the vibe on this record. And it's the only one I have. And the more I read and hear about these, you know, black jazz records, I want more of them. So if anybody has some suggestions on where to go next, but I think I picked this up maybe record store day last year. I can't remember, but love this record. If you don't have it, get it now. Record you own that maybe some folks don't know about. Maybe it's just not one that you see much on the VC. Flying Lotus, get this the right way. Cosmogramma, and this is the alternate takes. Okay, so Cosmogramma was something that Flying Lotus put out, a record he put out a few years ago, 2010 or 11, I can't remember. And these are maybe some B-sides or alt takes. I'm not quite for sure. I don't have the original, but I picked this up on a recommendation from a friend on here, actually a record store owner, that said, man, you're gonna dig this. So, and I do. This is more, how do I explain this? Your lucid dream, psychedelic, chill, hip hop, jazz, funk, a little bit of everything mixed in here. And I can just listen to this over and over again. I don't know, this is super interesting to me. And I just really dig it. There's some, drum machine, boots and cats. If you don't know that, now you do. Now you know how to beatbox. A little bit of that going on, but it seems to just fit, and it's just really, it's a newer sounding electronic kind of jazz, but man, does it sound good. And I think you would like it if you want to pick that up. Favorite jazz record I bought in 2020. Chet Baker Sings. This is the Tone Poet version, and hey, just got a notification. Should have shut that off. On Pacific Jazz label, and again, this is that kind of that smooth vocal, chill, relax, put me at peace kind of music. And this may be one of the best sounding records I own. For my system, it is just, I play this for people when I want to show off. When I want to show off the system and see what a vinyl record can sound like. And just so happy to receive this one. So, Chet Baker Sings. Favorite record in an artist's discography. We're listening to it right now. There we go. Getting a little funky now with Miles. In a Silent Way. I had listened to some Miles Davis, and I bought this a while back when I was first starting to buy jazz records. And I was in the store and they were playing this. And I'm like, what is that? I'm like, I don't know. I love everything about it. And the guy's like, it's Miles. I'm like, no way. I said, I guess I should have, picked that up. But anyway, love it. And probably my second favorite Miles record. And I'd like to get a better copy of this as well. But I listen to this one often and love Miles Davis. So next up, favorite record you bought in a brick and mortar shop. And most of these I bought in brick and mortar shops, other than a few of the Tone Poets I ordered online. But Booker Irvin, and I think Tunes, Chris, you gave me this recommendation. You said I got to get it into my life, and you were correct. The Freedom and the Space Sessions, Booker Irvin on Prestige and the old more modern green label. And actually hadn't heard this before I bought it, but there's 2 LPs in here. Love it, and glad I got it. So this is my favorite I've bought for a while. So thanks, Tunes, for that one. A record you bought online. I'm going to show Alato of Ethiopia, Ethio Jazz. And if you're not into Ethio Jazz, you need to check it out, folks. There's not a lot of it out there, but you can pick up, you can find it. And this is on the Worthy label. And he's really known to be the founder of King of Ethiopian jazz. But I did a whole video on Ethio Jazz if you wanted to dive a little deeper into this stuff. But it's very approachable. Some of it's out there. Some of it might be a stretch, and you just need to listen to it a little bit more. But man, I'm into it. Very just Afrobeat, but yet, it is familiar. I mean, it is something that you're going to pick up and really enjoy. So if you have questions about any other recommendations on some Ethio Jazz, please check out my other video there. So Alato of Ethiopia, a record a friend found for you or gifted to you. And this one comes from my buddy Junior at Comic Rema. That's his channel. Please check him out. There's a lot of interesting records. He shows a lot of things that people don't show. He's got a lot of gospel and jazz and Christian rock and contemporary Christian music, and it's really interesting stuff. He knows it. He's passionate about it. But he sent me this as some VCLT, which is basically just sending somebody some records as a gift, as a nice thing to do. So this just showed up. Cool thing is, my nickname is Debo. The name of this record, the name of the band is Debo Era Gobez, I believe that's how it's pronounced. But this is a band, I believe, out of San Francisco that does kind of a modern Ethiopian jazz style of music. And Junior did not know that my nickname is Debo, but so I thought it was cool. He did know that I've got 2 Ethiopian daughters, and thought I would like this because of kind of the Ethiopian, flavor that they put into this album. So anyway, thanks. Really appreciate it. Love it. A box set. Okay, I'm stretching on this one because it's not necessarily a box set, but it's some heat, right? And it is a record. There's 2 records, so it's a set, and it is in a box. This is Miles Davis, the classic kind of blue, on the MoFi original master recording version. And this is number 14,481 limited edition, so not a real low number, but it's 45 RPM. And again, right up there with that Chet Baker record, probably one of my best sounding records that I own. So you guys all know this one, Miles Davis. Okay, a 10-inch or 7-inch. I don't really have a 10-inch or 7-inch jazz record, so I'm going to scratch that one. A jazz record you hope to finish. Oh wait, back this up. Most recent jazz score. This is a good one, because I was really happy to find this. Chet Baker, Chet, and this is an OJC version. Bought this last week, 2 weeks ago actually, on Riverside, and I didn't realize they had a jacket on it when I bought it. It was, I don't know, 23, 24 bucks. I think I paid for it, so it wasn't cheap. But when I got it home, I realized it was still in the shrink, completely sealed. And as a tribute to Chris, Tunes from the Man Cave, he hates shrink wrap. So I did it. I opened it up. I pulled the shrink off. Luckily, I got the hype sticker off, and so that's separate in there. But I did. I opened it up, played it, and it is amazing. It sounds gorgeous. This album cover is timeless and classic and beautiful. I love the photography on this. Just the softness and that feeling, that warmth. It's kind of like a warm hug, a warm blanket, just being put over you. And I don't know. I've always been drawn to this album cover. So love it. That's my latest find. Jazz record you hope to find in 2021. Kenny Dorham, Quiet Kenny, is coming out on Record Store Day. Hopefully I picked that one up. Looking forward to it. I've listened to that a couple times. And I'd like to get that one. Jazz record that you own you'd like to upgrade in 2021. Here we go. Duke Ellington, John Coltrane, and this is on Impulse. Not a great version of this record. I just love this. I love this. Everything about this album I love. And I don't know. It's just, again, it's kind of that vibe and that feel that I like. And I'd love to have an audiophile version of this. So hopefully something's coming out soon. All right. Free jazz. I got a free jazz record. I don't have a lot of free jazz. I'm gonna go with Miles Bitches Brew. And man, it's a little bit out there, but it's not, Coltrane Ascension out there. But this is fantastic. I love to listen to this. If you like jazz and you want to stretch yourself, this might be a good place to start. And just a gorgeous artwork as well on this. You guys all know Bitches Brew, but that's really the only thing I've got that I consider free jazz. So maybe need to get into that a little bit more in 2021. All right, Desert Island Jazz record. For me, I don't know. It's hard to get better than Coltrane, Love Supreme. The spirituality. I mean, he wrote this basically as a prayer, and it kind of takes you on a journey. And I don't know. I love Coltrane. I love the sound, the tone, the creativity. And this record is pick this up. This is another one of the acoustic sounds records that sounds amazing. But if I had to take one, I'd probably pull this one. But anyway, hey, that's it. I think that's it for the Jazz Vinyl Tag. Sure appreciate your attention and checking this out. One take. This is me, you know. You get what you get. Hopefully it was worth your time. You stuck with me for 20 minutes. Took a little longer than I thought. Anyway, you guys all have a great day. God bless, and we'll see you on the next one.